comedy is heating up after Katt Williams made fun of some of the industry's biggest names during.
You mean to tell me if Steve Harvey, your favorite comedian, you mean you've been waiting for him to do stand-up for 15 years now?
During a recent appearance on Club Shay Shay. While Katt Williams' revelation about what goes on behind the stage upset many, he spent the majority of the conversation criticizing Steve Harvey. In the comic industry, Harvey has been praised for many years. Some have even declared him to be the undisputed king of the game. But Katt Williams has decided to spill her secrets on Steve's success formula, and it's not a pleasant one. Williams suggests that Steve may have sold his way to the top by selling his soul to the devil. Steve's closet is full of skeletons, from openly showboating and taking jokes from other comedians to openly stealing jokes and siding with the Hollywood elites. Katt comes prepared with proof. He isn't just making up crazy charges on the spot. What specific proof of guilt did Katt obtain, and what concessions did Steve make to gain fame? Let's investigate. Steve Harvey and Katt Williams have never exactly been the greatest of friends. Harvey has been the target of Katt criticism for joke stealing and other things for years. The feud started back in 2008 when Katt Williams made a threat to challenge Steve for the title of Undisputed King of Comedy. On December 19, 2008, Jamie Foxx started the evening with his radio program Sirius XM Foxhole. He showed a video of Katt calling out Harvey, saying that the minute Steve entered the ring with Katt Williams before their December 31st concert of that year, his career would be finished. Still, Steve was shaken by the threats. Instead, he went on to gently insult Katt by claiming that, because he hadn't acted in any films, he hadn't known Katt Williams back then. After that, Steve changed the subject and claimed to be baffled by the situation, because he and Katt Williams had long since reconciled over the phone. Steve, quoting his grandfather, explained that he had been taught that dogs only bark at moving objects, such as the moon, and that if the moon barks back, the dog will become famous. However, he was not going to give Katt the satisfaction of a response. Steve might not have been eager to participate, but Katt was not going to give up easily. During the New Year's Eve performance, he lit up the stage while criticizing Steve's career and hairstyles. Still, Katt decided to stir things up once more when he recently appeared on Club Shay. Steve Harvey was the major topic of Katt Williams' 3-hour interview, which pulls back the veil on the seedy side of Hollywood. Katt began by accusing Steve of taking the concept for his program from the sitcom Hanging with Mr. Cooper, which starred Mark Curry. Then Katt Williams turned his attention to Steve's abortive acting career. Steve has provided a compelling explanation for why his acting career never took off throughout the years. Harvey claims he never had the time because he was producing 7 shows. But Katt, offering a fresh perspective, asserts that Steve was itching for an opportunity to play an acting role. However, the industry didn't want a potato head like him, as Katt Williams put it. Furthermore, he chastised Steve for making up for his homelessness. Katt says Steve's statements are untrue because Harvey used to travel with Mark Curry and was earning an incredible $3,000 per show while performing 5 concerts a week. By bringing up the feud between Harvey and the late Bernie Mac, Katt further fanned the flames. Katt claims that he was also approached to be the next king of comedy, but he ultimately declined the offer because he didn't want to follow in Bernie's footsteps. Then Katt Williams attacked the tour, claiming that even though it had 4 of the top stars in the business, it was Steve's tour. The ultimate blow was dealt by Katt, who said that Steve's career took off when Bernie left the scene. The greatest of the best, including the late Bernie Mac, Steve Harvey, D.L. Hewley, and Cedric the Entertainer, were part of the original Kings of Comedy. Together, these 4 men went on to light up the stage with their hilarious acts and spot-on comedy, becoming well-known all over the world. But in the background, despite their group's success as a whole, there were a lot of interpersonal conflicts, especially between Steve Harvey and Bernie Mac. Even though the first tour was a huge hit, fans never received a second one because of their animosity. Harvey was charged by Mac with stealing his work, but Steve's actions went well beyond that. In an interview with GQ, Mac accused Steve of attempting to usurp his part in the movie Ocean's 11. Rumor has it that Steve surreptitiously approached Steven Soderbergh, the filmmaker, offering to perform the part for a significantly lower fee. Bernie discussed the event and remarked, "I heard about that. It was mentioned to me. These are people you know. Do you find this surprising? Tell me, are you truly taken aback? It's all about him, always. And a startling turn of events. Bernie spoke up much more, mostly echoing Katt Williams' criticism of the tour. As to Mac's statement, the tour was a one-man show featuring Steve Harvey. Even though it was intended to showcase 4 men, Bernie said, "Go back and look at the Kings of Comedy tapes to support his assertions. It was always about him when he presented his friend Cedric, the entertainer." Yes, I was aware of that. Was I enraged by it? No, you cannot enrage me. You're not that talented. Never one to back down. Steve chose to provide his version of events in a 2009 interview. "I was upset at first because it just wasn't true," he remarked. "Bernie and I had a great time together, but then this GQ story came out and had all of these nasty things. He said he didn't say it. I had to believe him when he said that." Harvey explained in a different interview that he didn't want to become a movie star. Regarding the accusations that he was showboating, Steve stated unequivocally that in this town, the ego business is the main focus. It's interesting to note that Steve didn't feel like calling Bernie to set the record straight after his GQ interview, because he didn't receive one from Bernie when he first learned of the rumors. So, with all of this treachery and double-dealing going on, Steve and Bernie ended up on different. The two comedians' ongoing feud has long been known within the business. When Cedric the Entertainer appeared on Club Shay Shay in 2022, he disclosed the truth. He claimed that Mac and Harvey were not amicable and that they were both alpha guys with different worldviews. Similar to Katt Williams, Cedric declined an offer for the first Kings of Comedy sequel because of the brewing conflict between Mac and Harvey. Bernie McCullough's daughter, Janice McCullough, took action to address the matter in a video that she shared on social media, even though her father might not be available to do so. Although Janice didn't get the chance to meet Katt when Bernie was still alive. Based on what she has heard, Katt seems like a decent person. Janice continued by discussing Katt Williams' recent interview appearance and how the comedian seemed to be speaking from the heart. She continued, "I just really appreciate what I believe is genuine love and respect that Katt Williams showed my father." Janice continued by saying that she was willing to meet with Williams because Katt remarks demonstrated that her father was a kind man. In the brief video, Janice complimented Katt, but she avoided directly addressing the accusations. Fans are becoming adept at reading between the lines. They contend that Steve made several attempts at destroying Bernie's career while he was still living, as evidenced by the fact that Janice was prepared to assist Katt Williams. Others, though, are unabashedly supporting Katt in her endeavors. Consider legendary DJ Ed Lover, who supported Katt's remarks in a recent Come On Sun podcast episode. He cited Katt's remarks from the interview, showing that the rapper had been spitting out information. Ed had known Bernie until the day he passed away and heard directly from the guy himself all of the ways that Steve had abused him.